What's up everyone, my name is Josh and this is Josh Unboxed and welcome back to another video. And today we're not going to do a weekly pickups video. I haven't even bought anything in the past week. I'm actually waiting for a couple of things to come in the mail. And then when it comes, we'll go ahead and throw that into that weekly pickups video. But for today's video, what I want to talk about is the difficulty in finding balance between collecting and investing. It's something that I find very, very difficult to balance because the way I see things is that there's so much content out there that is focused on the investing aspect of it. Just watched all the various YouTube channels, all the Instagram accounts that focus solely on investing, the different types of price tools, price marketing tools that we have, or price charting tools that we have, such as Market Movers, Card Ladder, even Slabstocks Pro. The terms being thrown around of saying that this is a market correction versus a market crash, or this is a buying opportunity, finding cards that are undervalued, finding cards that are overvalued. All these terms are basically within the investor mindset. And with all that content, and without you guys realizing it, is that this investor mindset is slowly being ingrained into our subconsciousness to the point to where when we make our purchasing decisions, that investor mindset comes out and sometimes overtakes your collector mindset on buying what you like, buying the card, not the grade, buying the card, not the slab. You know, those types of things that people talk about when talking about the collector aspect of things sometimes counteracts what you want to do from an investor standpoint. Because who would think that buying a PSA 3 1985 Topps WWF Hulk Hogan card is going to be worth something down the line? No, most people would rather focus on the higher grades of that card, not so much as the lower grades of that card. Buying a PSA 8 modern day card versus buying a PSA 9 or 10, people will gravitate towards the 9 or 10 versus the 8 because the investor mindset in us prefers to have the higher grade, because that has shown that those types of cards will have a greater appreciation over time in terms of the investing standpoint. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I talk about investing side of things, but at the same time, I hope that I'm talking about trying to find that balance as well, where I talk about certain collecting viewpoints and certain investing viewpoints. And I hope I'm reaching that balance for you viewers out there to kind of help you juggle through the difficulty of trying to balance collecting and investing, because like I said earlier, it is a very, very difficult thing to do. But you know, as more and more content is coming out based on the investment aspect of things, you'll see that yes, it is being ingrained into our subconsciousness. Because even myself, when I'm making a purchase at times, I always think to myself, okay, now, is this card undervalued or overvalued? Will this card grow in appreciation over time? You know, et cetera, et cetera. And also part of it is so that, you know, we want to spend our money wisely. We don't want to overpay on things, because if you overpay on things, then that sucks. No one wants to lose money. But again, that's all based off of the investor mindset. You know, if you're going through a straight, you know, pure collecting mindset, you know, you're buying the card that you like. You're buying what you like. Trying to find a way just to acquire that particular card. You know, yes, sometimes you'll overpay, but the mindset of a collector sometimes is that if you really, really want a card, right, then you might be willing to overpay for that card because you want that card in your collection. Now, and even with today's current thought in the market, with buying rare cards, buying low numbered cards, serial numbered cards, low pop cards, that's all still going from the investor mindset. Even though the concept is more of a collector mindset, the way they're pushing it is more towards an investor mindset, because these cards gain appreciation over time. These cards will be worth money over time. These are the ones that people will pay for. These ones won't hit those big dips as those common base cards or those junk slabs or junk wax cards. So that whole concept, everybody pushing this agenda, pushing this narrative of investing, has somehow gotten in the way of the pure joys of collecting and buying what you love. And like I said earlier, it's just a very difficult thing to balance. I struggle with it myself as a collector slash investor. You know, obviously I do want my cards to grow in appreciation over time, but at the same time, I like buying cards that I like, you know, regardless of the grade. I just find enjoyment out of just owning the card, versus hoping that that card will one day increase value over time. I mean, I have a small Antoine Walker PC just because I find it fun to collect a player that loves to shimmy. So yeah, these things, right? As we go along with this market, as we go along with the hobby, this whole entire investor mindset is slowly being ingrained in our heads to the point that we lose part of that joy from experiencing the hobby. And in order for this hobby to continue to flourish, right, we need more collectors, because at the end of the day, those are the people that are going to stay. Those are the people that are going to feed this ecosystem of sports cards, right? We can get new people coming in, new people thinking in an investor mindset, but to have them start thinking more towards a collector mindset will continue to keep them putting money back into the hobby. Because if an investor comes in and they start losing money, lots of money, they're going to quickly jump out. So what we want to do, what we aim to do, or what we hope to do, is to continue to keep them as part of the ecosystem by allowing them to enjoy the collecting aspect of it. So I think there's a lot still to be learned in terms of finding that balance in collecting and investing. A lot of us who have jumped into this hobby jumped in because we loved collecting it from back in the day. And now that we have disposable income, we want our money to work for us. We want to be savvy investors. We want to show that these cards that we're buying grows a greater appreciation over time. But we also have to remember that this is a hobby. Just like a lot of other hobbies out there, you spend money to enjoy that hobby. Whether you're a comic book collector, a video game collector, whether you're a video game player, whether you're a foodie, whether you're a person who loves to travel, or whether you're a person who loves to have sports experiences, you spend money to enjoy those experiences or to experience those things. Whether you're reading a comic book, whether you're a movie buff, you're spending money to watch these movies. You're spending money for these hobbies. And in terms of collectibles, there's an added monetary value to the tangible items that you're holding, the tangible items that you're owning, that you're collecting, that they may one day appreciate over time and prove to make a good investment. And that's one of the things with the collectible space that separates it from the experience space of hobbies. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on this matter. Whether you agree or disagree, sound off in the comments below. If you found some value in this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And with that being said, my name is Josh, and I'll see you guys in the next video later.